Hello and welcome to a calibrated episode of the Drywall Podcast. I'm your host, once again, Nick Harmon. With us today for his first appearance on the show, we welcome Rich Allen of Arcuate Taping Knives out of Toledo, Ohio, and a special appearance by the founder, Miguel. The first part of the show, we talked to the man behind the knife, Miguel, to find out a little more. He doesn't want to be seen, so we just have his audio. And Arcuate looks like a regular drywall knife, but it's a little bit different. It has a camber, which is what I call it through the first part of the podcast, but it's actually in a calibration, as they say, to where it has a minor camber down the blade, so it's not straight like a normal blade. It leaves mud where it's supposed to be, but maybe Rich's Arcuate knife hasn't received the best response from some professionals.
Okay. I knew what it did. It was just upon me practicing with it.
Yeah.
That was it. But my first reaction was I wasn't used to it.
Yeah. But drywallers are stubborn. They're like, I'm not going to use this thing. There's no way I'm going to use this thing. It doesn't work. I like my old knife. There was some of that.
Yeah, most definitely it was, because all professional drywallers, we all started with a flat knife. There was no competition. So when a new knife comes about, that's what's happening with us right now.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to try it because they're so used to the flat knives.
Dude, they're like, who is this guy? Who is this guy?
Right. I get all types of heat from all directions. That knife is this, that knife is that. And that's why I created the slogan, the proof is in the knife. You got to try it out for yourself and practice with it, because eventually you won't have to use your flatten. But everybody's used to it, but it takes time.
We discuss Rich's past and how he came to own his own business, and why Miguel of Arcuate saw so much value in this professional drywaller. Rich is a great guy, and I know you're going to like this episode. Also, I would like to give a big Drywall Podcast shout out to Panel Ray for sponsoring the Drywall Podcast in the months of April and May. Panel Ray is the preferred joint compound of Fresco Harmony in England and beyond. Oh, and speaking of England, yours truly, along with our friends at GWI, will be manning the helm at Stand 28 at this year's Trade and Decorator Show, happening June 3rd and 4th in Bolton, England. They've also bestowed upon me the honor of being one of 4 main presenters at this year's show. That's right, we'll be playing in the colored mud and offering up some chances to get free product and try Fresco Harmony for yourself. So, if you haven't been to England, or if you live in England, this might be the opportunity you've been waiting for. Trade Decorator Live brings together a highly engaged audience of professional painters and decorators who are looking to expand their skills, particularly in the specialty and decorative finish realm. I'd love to meet you or see you again. I have a feeling this show is going to be amazing. But for now, sit back and settle in as we welcome our newest guest and my newest friend, Rich Allen out of Toledo, Ohio, CEO of Arcuate, on the 169th episode of the Drywall Podcast. Let's get into it. There's Miguel, and we got Miguel, who shall not be named.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
Welcome to the Drywall Podcast.
Nice to meet you.
Now, okay, so Rich is saying that you don't want your name used or your video. You want to remain incognito, which I like. Is that
Well,
correct?
Rich is in charge of everything and he's handling it. He knows everything that he needs to know about what he's talking about. He's an expert. There's
Yeah.
nothing I could do to add to what he's saying, unless it's something that you need to know that's pretty much outside of the scope of what he knows about the Arcuate Taping Knife.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll have questions. I mean, Rich popped up on my radar because he was promoting this knife. And it's pronounced Arcuate.
Arcuate.
Well, the
Arcuate.
easiest way to pronounce it is if you take the letter R and the letter Q and add the number 8, that'll give you a good idea how to pronounce it.
Ooh, I like that. RQ8.
That is it.
That is a fantastic way to do it. But the interesting thing about Rich said that he is the front man. You are just in the background, even though you developed this tool.
That's
Correct?
correct.
Okay.
He's the main guy. He's the go-to guy for everything. I'm just the guy that, created the tool and found the right person
All
to
right.
take it from me to bring it into the light. And that's him. I'm not that guy.
Yeah. But you are the guy that made the tool. That's interesting to me. And probably our
Well, yes,
listeners.
I could elaborate on the tool. If there were any challenges, questions that you may have that would
Yeah,
challenge the tool,
of course.
I could go into depth. My insight to you would be that everything about the tool that people normally know about a tool like this one challenges them because until today, most people will see what we're talking about is nonsense. And the
Okay.
truth of the matter is, the proof of the pudding is in the pie, as they say.
Nice.
So the concept, the proof of concept, we have that. And it's
Okay.
very hard when you see something, and everybody does, to say otherwise. So that's where I can come in.
Yes. And you don't mind if I call you Miguel.
You can call me Miguel.
Okay. You're just and I do have questions. I have questions for Rich too. We're going to get to Rich, but there's a double prong here. There's a tool which I'm interested about because you are creating a tool in a space where there's a bunch of tools. So I'm interested in that. I've interviewed Deanne from Advanced. We've had Aaron and Elliot on the show 2 times. They're from Colombia. They make tools, hand tools. I've had Robbie from Tape Tech on the show. They make hand tools. So I use hand tools myself. I use a hawk and trowel, but I also use a pan and knife too, which is kind of unique. And I'm a product developer as well. So I'm always curious about products. The Drywall podcast is for the drywall community. And when I see a product come along that I don't know about, like Arcuate, I want to know about it. And Rich seems like an interesting character. He's making videos, he's getting traffic more and more on social media. I follow these social media platforms, so I want to know about Rich and his story and maybe how you two met, why you chose Rich. There's all kinds of questions in there.
Right.
The first question is, do you make other tools besides these knives? And two-parter, what is the range of knives that you make?
From the 4-inch all the way to the 14-inch
Okay.
in sequence. 4,
Okay.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And if
Okay.
there's a 16 and an 18 or a 20, we're going to get that.
Okay. And no skimming blades yet.
When you say skimming, what do you mean?
Like they have big ass skimming blades, like 36 inch, 48 inch, where you skim a butt joint. They're pretty badass, but they're all making them now, level 5. All of the tool companies are making skimming blades now. Is that something that you're looking at, or you're just going to focus on knives for now?
Right now, we want to capture the market in the taping knife. In the
Okay.
drywall knife industry, that is the knife that we are going to capture. That's the one.
Okay. Okay. Why did you want to jump into this? It's a highly competitive space with drywall knives.
I would go back and I would say that in 1950 it started. There was improvements on the taping knife for the same reasons that many other companies tried to capture the taping knife and make it their 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 competitive tool in the market. It's been going on for nearly 100 years.
Yeah.
The majority of taping knives, they're all the same. Different company, different name. It's either
Yeah.
aluminum steel or it's blue steel, or
Yep.
everybody has a different color, a handle,
Yeah.
and so everybody is competing with each other. My metal is this, and the blue steel is that, and our handle is this, and our handle is that. But that's all they can say. They can't say nothing else. The knife is a square knife, and the majority of people that are trying to figure out how to use it, like particularly homeowners whose homes are worth $500,000 and up, strapped for cash because the American dream somehow, you know that that um that that expense that they used to have, 50,000, 60,000 a year that they could just do whatever they want. It's not there no more. So
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
homeowners, they're trying to do the work themselves now.
Right.
And you have like over 350 million homeowners, and I would say at least half of them are looking to the industry leaders that are teaching how to skim coat, embed, use the taping knife so that they can do these jobs themselves. Because these guys that do this kind of work, some of them charge from anywhere 150 to 350 a day. And if it's a
They
company, it could be
they
$1,000 a day, and
yeah,
they can
they
have one guy in
better.
the job.
They better because F those homeowners, they need to pay for the skill that we've acquired over a long period of time. People belittle the drywall trade
Right.
because they think it's easy, and then that homeowner is going to go in, they're going to do a shitty job, and then they're going to hire a professional to make it look good, like Rich.
Right. Right.
How did you, how and why? How did you find Rich? And why did you choose this beautiful man to be your friend? I mean, okay, so you chose him because he's very attractive. I mean, we all know, we get that right out of the gate. But why, how did you find Rich?
We've been searching for years for the right person, and he
Years, Rich.
surfaced. He
Years.
surfaced. Yeah, it's
I
very
love
hard to
it.
find someone to do what we need to be done.
Okay.
Because, okay, we corner the market. We're the only ones there. People do not understand, or many people do not believe what we're talking about when we say that this knife self feathers the application and allows an amateur
Okay.
to become to get professional results. People
Okay.
say, "Oh, well, I'm a professional. I've been doing this 30 years, and that's a load of crap. That's an
Yeah.
insult." And one guy would say, you got a better chance of my son building a spaceship to go into space before that happens."
What does
Another
that
one will
mean?
say,
What does that mean that you cornered the market? And I'm going to get into why this knife is special and why it's self-feathering. But what does that mean? You cornered the market.
with this tool, it's the only one of its kind. We have 4 patents for
Okay.
that tool in the United States. So we have cornered that market where no one else could come in unless they want to illegally infringe upon it.
Sure.
So we have that under control, under lock
Okay.
and key, 4 patents to protect it, because there's a lot of companies out there that always are looking to, you know, find ways to take, you know, And the only protection we have is the patents. And so there are 4 of them there, and each one is for a different reason, because those are like openings where someone could come in and they could make what we're doing theirs. So we have to close the gap like a 360.
Okay,
The other thing is,
very quickly though, what makes the Arcuate knife just better than any other knives? Like just off the top of your head.
okay, I studied drywall tapers for 20 years.
Okay.
I hired them on my real estate properties when I was doing real estate buying and selling. So I got a closer look at them without anyone really knowing what I was doing. And what I did was I realized that all the tapers, well, one might do it a little different from the other. Basically, they all did the same thing. I'm talking about the professional taper. He skim coats to embed the tape. He applies the compound. He spreads it, puts the tape on. He embeds it. Then he comes back with the first coat and the second coat and maybe a third coat. Okay? They all do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
There's no different from one to the other. It's just like the taping knife. Everybody says something special about this, and I get it. They're promoting it. But they're all straight edge taping knives with one metal or the other with a handle. Okay. Nothing has changed at this point. Studying the professional taper and understanding what they're doing, and then taking them and building everything that they did into the knife.
Good.
Mathematically.
Okay.
It was all mathematics. To skim coat, once the tape is embedded, you have to skim coat the first coat over the tape. So what is the thickness of the paper? Do you know? Not many people do. It's a 0.1 millimeter paper.
Okay.
So the knife is calibrated from 0.1 to 0.2. If the paper is 0.1 millimeter and you apply your first coat of compound over the tape, anyone who has a half a brain and knows a little bit about math, that 1 and 1 is 2 and 2 and 2 is 4, knows that if you tilt that knife, that 2.0 closes like a gate. And as you tilt it, you can get it all the way down to like 0.2 or 0.3, leaving a perfect finish. And still, the tape will be exposed until it dries. And then the edges of the tape, they started to disappear at that point. If you did it twice, they would disappear. And it would be the fine, we're talking about a butt joint, by the way. Not a perforated joint where anyone...
Well, that was my next question. You have recessed edges where the tape sits in the recess.
We're talking about the difficult task. The when people can't afford to just buy sheetrock and they got it laying around and they want to get a bang for their dollars, and they use that butt joint, that's a problem, because the tape kind of the compound is kind of built out because it's flat. It's not receded. But with this knife, because it does such a fine spread, because like I said, the mathematics is in the paper and the calibrated tool, and the fact that it self-feathers simultaneously both times, well, it's going, skimming off the compound.
All right. Let me pause you. I get it. It's the blade is calibrated to leave the correct amount of joint compound on the butt joint. It goes over the tape. It's going to leave just enough. Rich. And I still want to hear why you chose Rich, but I'm going to pause. I'm going to go over to Rich. You've been using this knife for a while. Does it indeed leave the mud where it needs to be when you're floating out a butt joint?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, you've been using it for a while, right?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay, all right.
And it just takes a lot of practice, though. You have to practice with it, because when I first got it, I wasn't using it as much. And then I did. And once I started using it, I kept using it on every job. I got better and better and better. Because, of
And,
course, it takes practice to get good at it.
and
'Cause it was
just for
different.
reference, it's Rich, the Drywall Extraordinaire.
Indeed, indeed. Extraordinaire.
Which I love. I love that name. How long were you doing drywall? You've been doing drywall all your life, yeah?
More or less over like 20 plus years. Been a drywaller.
Okay, and you're in your 50s, and we're gonna sort of round it out. Miguel, that was all kinds of good information there about and Miguel wants to remain sort of anonymous, so he's not allowing his image on this interview. He wanted to come on because I told Rich I wanted to have, like, why is this guy making a new knife? And I think you've answered the question. This is a blade that I would assume has various cambers depending on the width of the blade, correct? Like does the camber change from like a 10-inch knife to an 8-inch knife?
The calibrated part, you mean? As far
Yeah,
as it, right.
I
No,
call
it
it a
depends.
camber. You guys
Right.
call it a calibration.
Yeah, because it's calibrated,
It's
measured to
calibr
precise.
it's
Yes.
measured and it's calibrated. Now, as you
Yes.
use the knife, one immediate question that I would have is, does it come out of calibration? Because as a
No.
drywaller, you always constantly have to like reflex your knives, or they get too bendy, and you have to, because normally the arch of the blade is toward the wall because you're feathering the outside edge. So what it creates is a blade that has a out camber. We're talking about a calibration
Yes.
arch. You're
Right.
putting the points to the wall.
Yes, that's what makes it self-feather.
And that's
So,
different. That's different. A
right.
normal
Right.
drywaller would grab this knife and be like, use the wrong side, correct?
It's just like this, right?
Let's see it.
This part right here.
You
Oops.
got to put it close. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you have to put it close to
This is
the
curved this way, calibrated. Now,
oh,
when you
okay.
have it against the wall, I can't see against the wall.
You got to
It's gonna
take
keep messing
can
up.
you take your background off while you show the blade?
It's gonna be difficult.
Okay,
But
no
anyway,
problem.
let's do this. Let's do this. As far as when you have it against the wall flat like this, you're gonna be able to see the curve. Turn the knife sideways on a 30-degree angle, and you start wiping it. It shrinks up, not shrinks up, but it becomes flatter because everybody thinks it's gonna be a hump there. But as you put on a 30-degree angle or 25-degree angle and starts wiping, the curve smooths out to where it's almost flat. Because if you put on the wall flat, you can't see nothing. You can't. It's just like a flat knife. But
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
pulling it out, then you can start seeing the curve. But that's the part where you have to practice at.
Yeah,
What's the
yeah.
angle and how much mud to put back there before you start wiping it, because the sides will hold the mud in the knife. And as you doing it, it'll self-feather it. That's what makes it the
This
knife
wouldn't
the
be
fastest
this
knife.
wouldn't be the best knife to check the flatness of a butt joint the way most drywallers check the
No,
flatness.
because
Because
it has that curve. Yeah.
they always put the straight edge up to the
Because
wall.
because then they got to feather. They got to know where to feather it at and stuff. But this one is calibrated perfectly because especially on the seams. It's flawless.
All right. And wait, and I'm going to back up a little bit. Both Rich and Miguel, have you guys listened to any of the Drywall podcast before?
I listened to it about a few days ago. I
Okay.
listened to different, you have different ones there, different
Yeah.
times. I was
Yeah.
listening. I tuned in.
You checked it out a little bit. Okay, that's
Yes,
fine.
I
And
did.
Rich, you've checked it out a little bit?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Okay, good. Just so you guys know, I've been doing podcasting for a while. I am a drywall professional. I'm gonna vet this tool, and I'm gonna ask Rich a lot of questions. But we're gonna dig into the history of Rich and we'll probably get into how Miguel met Rich as well. So I wanted sort of a little background from the manufacturer. I think we've got that. So Miguel, if you wanted to, if you wanted to back out of the conversation at this point, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to stay however you want. But I want to start digging into Rich's past, how he got hooked up with this tool, and of course, we're going to talk more about the dynamics of Arcuate tool and why this works for him.
Great.
So you are excused, sir.
Thank you so much.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on and talking a little bit to our audience about, sort of, the manufacturer. I'll ask Rich some questions too, within reason about how this tool came to be. And my goal here is to bring awareness to the drywall community about this tool and hopefully help you guys make some sales, and, we'll get people that are very curious about this tool, I'm sure. Rich is going to get a lot more followers just from being on the podcast. We're going to be promoting Rich and this tool, and hopefully it's good for everybody.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking out the time to reach out for me. I can only say that everything that I learned was mathematical, and there was no other way to do this. It was all based on math.
I love it.
I'm pretty good with math. I'm an engineer. In basic electronic engineering, and I didn't use that math, but I took something from there and applied it here. And I got to say, the tool does something that a human can't do. It's perfection. That's why the guys put the knife up against to see how good of a job they've done.
Right.
On a what do you call that? A butt joint. This knife, after it's used. If you use a flat knife and you put it there, you're going to be amazed because it's going to be flat.
It'll be flat. I love that. Thank you, sir. And if you want to check out an episode with another engineer, my interview with Clean Corner, it's called Clean Corner. It's very interesting. It's an outside corner with a reinforced a plastic insert so that it's drywall with a corner already built in. It's pretty cool, but that dude's an engineer, and he, like you, he's like, well, these corners are getting beat up, and they're spending all this energy to put these, drywall corners on, and he came up with this idea for this clean corner, and it was a few shows ago, but it's a really good episode. You would enjoy it because he's an engineer.
That's great. I'm looking forward to to being a part of your podcast for as long as you're willing to have us.
Awesome. Awesome, sir. Well, you have a good day, and we will be in touch for sure.
Thank you so much. Take care, guys.
All right.
All right. Cool. That was good. Rich.
Yes.
Interesting. Miguel's an interesting character. You can tell right away that maybe he's not a drywaller, why he wants you to be the front man with this tool. It's always curious to me when somebody that is a non-drywaller wants to create a drywall tool, because the initial reaction is like, "Hey, stay in your lane, buddy. What are you creating here? A knife that bows to the wall." Well, that goes against everything drywaller. We bow our knives to go, so that they're concaved into the corner. Right. But the Arcuate knife is actually the other way, and you've been using this knife for a while. You must have been like, "What is this thing?" when you first started using it. Let's go to that point. When you first started using this knife, what was your initial reaction?
When I first started using it, okay. Let's go back in things too. How he found me too, though. How he found me.
We'll get there, buddy. We'll get there. Okay. Just answer the questions as I ask them.
All right. So your question is?
Your first reaction, you get this knife and you're like, did you want to use it backwards?
I knew exactly. Yeah, I knew exactly what it did. I know exactly what it did just by looking at it when I got it in the mail.
Okay.
I knew what it did. It was just upon me practicing with it. That was it. But my first reaction was I wasn't used to it.
Yeah.
I
But
wasn't used to it brand new.
drywallers are stubborn. They're like, I'm not going to use this thing. There's no way I'm going to use
Yeah,
this thing. It doesn't work. I like my old
right.
knife. There was some of that.
Yeah, most definitely it was because all professional drywallers, we all started with a flat knife. There was no
Yes.
competition. So when a new knife comes about, that's what's happening with us right now. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to try it because they so used to the flat
Yeah.
knives.
Dude, they're
And I
like,
gotta
who is
just
this
keep
guy? Who is this
right,
guy?
right. They I get all types of heat from all directions. That knife is this, that knife is that. And that's why I created the slogan, the proof is in the knife. You got to try it out for yourself and practice with it because eventually you won't have to use your flatten, but everybody's used to it, but it takes time.
Yeah. Okay. So we've established that, okay, even a hardened drywaller like yourself can take this knife. It's a new knife and it takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of open-mindedness, but you now like the knife. This is the knife that you use, and it's a little different than your normal drywall knife. Why
Right.
do you like it?
Because it acts as a flat knife also.
Okay.
Because I was using it on the repairs, because before I wouldn't use it on repairs, just fresh drywall.
Sure.
So I said, man, let me just mess with this knife, pierce, see all that it can do. It turns out to be a flat knife. I did a repair, use it as a flat knife.
Okay. All
The
right.
further you push it to the wall on the end and wipe it, it's a flat knife. I say it's a 2-in-1. It has the arcuate curve and it turns into a flat knife.
Crazy. It's crazy that this dude would like make a differently shaped knife. But two, also, I think some of these good
He's a
ideas,
he's a
these
genius on that point.
well, these ideas that like the drywallers like shit on before they try them, they're being made by people outside of the scope of drywall. Sometimes when you have a microscope on your trade, you just see the way that you do it, and it's difficult to
Right.
see other points of view. But somebody like looking from the outside, like the clean corner, that guy was like, those dudes are putting on corner bead. They're floating the corner bead 3 times. That's all this work. Couldn't you just make a corner with the corner bead built in and like
Right.
hang it on the wall? Then you don't have to
Right.
finish the corner. I get that. Like I get that idea. And they believe in it so much that they make a product. And the problem is when you get into the drywall industry, you come up against these like, dinosaurs or really rigid finishers that are like, that is bullshit. I'm not going to try that. And we'll get into how you sort of go how you
You know what?
compete some of that.
What you saying too as far as being out the industry reminds me of the one of your past guests was Sheila Cross. I love what
Yeah.
Mud Skip. What Mud Skip. I
Yeah.
love that. How
Have you
she
been
wasn't
using have you been using Mudskip?
I never used it yet. I'm
We'll
anxious to
get you
see it,
some.
but
We'll get you
but you
some.
know what? I love the 5 and the 20. I don't know if they can do what that does.
Right.
But
Right.
I hear that it smooths it out a little bit better, but I'm so used to I mastered that 5 and that 20.
Yeah, but you get
But
these applicators that are like crushing it with the mud skip. Now
right,
I see like applications like where you use a 5 and a 20 quick set, and then your second and third coat you get into the mud skip because it smooths it out, and you can
okay,
do
see, that's what I hear. Yes.
wet on wet.
Right,
You
right,
know, and I mean even that base layer of if you got a big hole or something, they'll tout that you can fill it. But like
right,
if you fill it with a quick setting joint compound, well, at least it'll then be hard if you have a heavy hole that you have to fill. But then your
right,
second and third coat, your, those are your smoothing coats.
right,
You know,
right.
yeah.
Skim coat. Yep.
But we'll
Yes.
get you some. It's a pretty cool product. And then there's definitely people that are, poo-poo that idea. But there's a lot of they've done a fabulous job of marketing. There's a lot of
Right,
influential people on social media that are using Mudskip that like it,
right.
and they've pushed through all of that resistance, just much like you're going to
That's
have to
what we
do.
going through.
I
Yep.
mean, it's tough because you're kind of out there by yourself right now. I feel
Yes,
like.
indeed. I am the face.
You're like floating in the ocean, like with all these drywallers,
Yeah.
and so I was curious. I was like, who is this guy, and what is
It's
it? He's
very
just
hard because I'm bringing a new knife in,
yeah.
and I'm calling myself the Drywall Extraordinaire. So they are attacking me from all angles,
Hey,
but I
Rich,
love it
there's no
when they.
disputing. There's no
I
disputing that
love it.
you're extraordinary at drywall. That we can all agree on.
Appreciate that. Appreciate.
Uh, okay, let's go back. You did you start doing drywall like right out of high school?
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all, man. I was into selling all types of other things. I was selling electronics, all types of things. And just came that point where I didn't have any money. And this is my story of coming out to becoming a drywaller.
Yeah.
Had a roommate, and his before I moved in, his kitchen was burned up. So the construction company came there to repair it. And
Uh-huh.
I was in the house, and he was like, "You gotta go to work." I said, "No, I don't have a job." He says, "Go to this construction company. We hire you." He said,
Okay.
"Just use my name." And I went there, and they hired me. Said,
Nice.
bring your tools." The only tool I took that I had was
It's
a
a razor,
screwdriver.
yeah, screwdriver. I was gonna say a
In my
razor
back
knife.
pocket. I had zero skills. I didn't
A
know nothing.
screwdriver. Was it a Phillips head or a flathead
It was
screwdriver?
a flathead at that. And who they put me with was a painter. He said, "Where your
Okay.
tools at?" I showed it to him. He said, "Perfect. Go around the room and take all the outlet covers off."
Oh my God.
So
Yeah,
that
you
was my
gotta
beginning right
put
there.
that tool to use, man. Go grab all the
That was
outlet.
it.
I
And from
love
that
that
point,
story.
took me 30 days to learn how to paint. Then they put me with a drywaller. Took me 30 days exactly to learn the whole process of drywall.
Dude,
And I
that's
just kept
fast.
practicing at it and
Yeah.
practicing at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like you stuck with the drywall though. Why'd you like the drywall?
It was different, and it wasn't too many people like myself doing drywall. I was the
Yeah.
only one, and I was the best one. So I felt all the heat from everybody. It's hard to see
Yeah.
somebody look like me that's good at drywall. Oh, they didn't
Yeah.
like it.
What do you mean people like you? What are you talking about?
African American.
Shut the hell up.
I had to go through the ringer, but it's all good though. I survived it
What
because
now
nothing
wait,
bothers me. Nothing
did you get
bothers
this
me.
did you get discriminated on for being
Yes,
African American drywaller in this industry? Yes.
for sure.
Well, of course you guys get discriminated on all the
Don't
time, but
matter
like
what industry.
that doesn't matter. But
But
like in
yeah,
dry,
yeah.
that sucks. That doesn't make any sense. I feel like
I
drywallers would be
That's
cooler
my
than that.
first time ever feeling it and knowing about it was in the construction industry.
Shut the fuck up.
That was my
Hey,
first time experiencing it, and
I'm throwing out a non-shout out to the industry, dude. And I feel like too, maybe as we go on, it's embraced more, but it's just kind of a shitty aspect of society in general, to be honest.
mm, just had to go through the process. Everybody got to go through the ringer on something, no matter who a
True.
person is, their nationality. Don't matter.
Everybody's got their bullshit. It's how you rise
Everybody.
up. It's how you rise up
Exactly.
above it,
They're
man.
trying to stop you. There's always somebody trying to stop you.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. We're all the same in that regard.
Yeah, yeah,
The
always.
the man.
The man, that's the Prince of Lies, is the one that's trying to
Yeah.
stop us all.
The man doesn't care about color. He'll fuck you just the same. All right. So you're in drywall. Maybe you get, people are dicks, but they're dicks to apprentices anyways. When you're new, whether you're
Oh,
black or white, it doesn't matter. Like they're gonna be a
right,
dick,
right,
whatever.
right,
So
right.
you push through that. You like drywall. You stick with it. How long? Let's go to. So, do you have your own company now?
Yes, I do.
How long were you a drywaller before you like sort of branched out on your own?
Oh man, I don't know, probably 15 years.
Quite a while. And
Yeah, it was a while.
it's a while. And which did you work with one company during that period of time?
Not at all. I only worked for the one company for like 4 years, 3 or 4 years. After that, I branched off. I just was independent,
Okay. All
you
right.
know. until I finally just decided to start my own business myself.
Okay, and what's your business called?
BNW Drywallers.
BNW Drywallers. Why BNW?
BNW is the best thing ever. It stands for all types of things I use, but the main one I love is it's a brand new world.
Brand new. I love
I'm trying to
that, dude.
create a whole new world of drywallers. I'm creating a drywall training, and I want to
Ah,
train them up into learning the way I want them to learn and have integrity. I want to bring back integrity into the industry because we don't get too much respect as drywallers. So
no,
it's
no.
certain. I want them to be a certain way. I have a 5-star quality that I want my new drywallers to embed into themselves.
I love it.
You know?
I love that. So it's a giving back. It's sort of a giving back
Yes, indeed.
approach, which is really cool. Brand new world. Shut up, dude. That's so
That's what's
cool.
up.
Okay, so you were trying to think. Sorry, I'm getting a little brain freeze. It
How
happens.
about when I? How about that? How they found me?
I want to get to that, but we're not there yet. Uh,
I'm just trying
I
to help you. You the
I know.
host. You tell me what you.
There's a method to the madness. Did you
Okay.
hear my interview with Drywall with Kenny? With Drywall Kenny? He's
No,
got
I
a
didn't. I
he's
didn't.
got you have to hook up with Kenny because he's got like a course that he's doing, Drywall by Kenny, and it's like
Right.
paint by numbers. It's super simple. He hired a dude. He's getting all kinds of views. You got to send him one of these knives to try out. But I've been sending like he just keeps coming up on my radar because he made these
Right.
videos that are so clear and concise, like
Oh
to
yeah, I
the
like.
new person or like a DIY person in the
Yes.
drywall space. Like just here's how you put the tape on. Man, you got to get mud behind the tape. If you don't get
Right.
mud behind the tape, you're gonna get a blister. Like he even goes like, all the way back to cutting out,
Yeah.
pre-filling,
Yeah.
like
I love him, man. He
sinking your
simplified it.
he simplifies the whole thing. So like,
Yes.
but it might be a good platform for you to like at least meet. And the Drywall podcast is all about people meeting and is bringing
Right.
people together.
I would love to.
He'll find out about you too. But I've been really like excited about what he's up to, and
Right.
I'll share the interview with you. But you go from sort of owning your own company to the BNW to I want to like help people. I want to like encourage the trade. What made you think of that?
To because there's so many drywallers out here that's hacks, that's scamming people. And then when they come across with me, the customer been beat so many times, they look at me like I'm just like them and things. I have to go above and beyond with my customer, each one. I do that with every customer, but they can see it in my heart automatically because I'm heavenly sent. So once I
Yeah,
start talking and telling them things, and I start telling them what the other drywaller did and what to look out for, then they trust me. You know,
sure.
I just got to build up the trust first
Yeah. I
every
think
time because
that's consistent across the board in the industry too, because you're going to get a bunch of like hacks.
right.
You're going to get a bunch of people claiming they know how to do drywall. And just
Oh
like
yeah,
I was
yeah.
saying to Miguel in the
It's a
beginning,
service-based
like,
business.
yeah, you're going to get, and it's dangerous to sort of like,
It is very
encourage
dangerous. Yes.
encourage homeowners to do it. But he is right. Everything is expensive nowadays. Homeowners are going to start doing more shit on their own. I
Right.
think, concepts like Arcuate and mud skip and these ideas, the clean corner, like these ideas that make drywall a little bit easier for the DIY person, they're not so stupid because people are going to start doing more of their own work.
Right. Right.
So that was the inspiration for you thinking about like I want to create a better world for drywall professionals coming up.
Yes, yes, yes. With integrity and things and caring for the customer. Yes,
Yeah. So
that's my main thing.
do you have like an approach, or is it just a concept at this point where you want to start like these classes, or maybe a group, or you want to bring people together somehow?
Yes. Right now, what I'm doing is starting up. I'm bringing awareness, and I'm gonna have a community to get together on this journey on the drywall journey. Me training them and teaching them, going along the road, going up the road, the mountain, more or less.
Yeah.
So that's my whole plan as far as to just let everybody know what I'm doing. That's why I'm on your show, also bringing awareness to where anybody who wants to learn drywall, going on a journey, teaching them everything they need to know on the journey and making money with it. Period. With drywall, learn a skilled trade. Because once you learn the trade, you never lose it. It's like riding a bike.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a good skill to have because you can make money with it. AI
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
not likely to take over drywall anytime soon.
I
So
try and
it's a
tell people that AI cannot take over the skilled trade because it takes too much for them. This what you have to think about. You have to program the code the AI to do something, and every house, every patch is different. Every single thing might look the same, but every texture, every seam, every crack, everything is
I'm
different
telling
every
you,
time.
you never
And it
stop
takes
learning.
too much money for AI to do it because you have to program it that. And there's too many variables to this skill is here for humans, period. So AI can never take over drywall.
I love it. You're absolutely right. So, Drywall Extraordinaire, Rich, from Toledo, Ohio. I want to add that because that's where you're sort of doing this pilgrimage for the drywall community. Is You're cruising along, all of a sudden out of the blue, Miguel finds you. How the hell does this guy find you? Is he out of
That's the
Toledo?
best question.
Is he out of Toledo? Is he out of Toledo too?
Not at all. He's in Ohio. I mean, excuse
He's
me, he's in New York, in New York.
he had a New York twang. Like I
Yes,
caught
he's in
that.
New York. Yes. I'm
Okay.
actually from Buffalo, New York.
Oh,
I've
all
been
right.
living here in Toledo, so yes. But that's a great question though,
Did you
too.
do drywall in Buffalo before you moved to Toledo?
No,
No.
I learned it here in Toledo.
This guy from New York
Uh,
looks you up.
right. Now, they actually found me by DMing me on Instagram.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they DM'd hundreds of people. I'm sure they was influencers, drywallers. They're trying to find someone, and he
A guinea
DM'd
pig.
me
A
more
guinea
or
pig.
less. And what happened was he finally found me, and I messaged him back. He said he wanted my address. He wanted to see a knife. Send me a knife. Said my pleasure. Send it to me.
Yeah.
So when I got the knife, the day after I got the knife, I recorded a video talking about it because I didn't use it yet, but I knew the concept of it.
Okay.
So I recorded a video, and it took them some time to get back at me to scan through all the videos and everything.
Did you have a pretty healthy Instagram page up until then? Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
you
with
had
my
a good
company.
page. You're doing your stuff, you're like
Yes,
showing things and
that's how he found me. Yeah,
how many followers, if you don't mind?
like 2,500 followers, I
Like
believe.
2,500? Okay. And
Yeah,
so they found Rich and you made a video of the knife.
yes.
And then they were scanning through these videos?
Until Miguel told them to find someone because they had a whole bunch of them, a whole
Okay.
bunch of videos or people they sent the knives to. But he said, all this time, you need to bring me somebody. They said, I've got somebody. And it happened to be me. I had said my video stood out better than everybody else's videos, how they was doing their videos.
Man, I wish we could get some of those like videos that people took. Were they getting, do you know if they were getting like some backlash on this tool because it's new? So, I mean,
No, they
out of
was.
the gate, they probably were experiencing like challenges.
I'm not sure, but I know what they was doing before was getting influencers, mainly
Hmm.
influence, and they was using a 12-inch knife doing a video for nail hole screws to
Okay.
fill them in. So they was just talking about the knife, but as a drywaller, I knew they didn't know nothing about it, but they was
Right.
promoting it. And it's like what I was saying was totally different because knew the concept of it. So that's how they
Yeah.
found me.
Yeah, they need a drywaller. Like you're not gonna be spotting screws with a 12 inch, you know.
Right, right, right.
Everybody knows you use a 5 or 6, 4
You
sometimes.
just use your finger.
Yeah, you just use your hand. Hold some mud in your hand and like dab it
You
on
wipe
there.
it. Just that's all you
Yeah,
got to do. Rub it on there.
we just had the mud plugs guy on. His episode just dropped. Another person outside of the space. Um, that's an interesting concept. Like it's a little plug. You put it in water, it gets wet, you put it in the hole, and then
Right.
there's even a little tool where you can smooth it out.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's
Right,
not going to
right,
be like drywall guys are going to kind of be harsh about it, but like super cool DIY product. The packaging's fantastic.
right.
Great guy, of course.
Another
So
product, man. We always need another product. Always.
yeah, it
There's enough
seems like
room.
it. So the logo with the Arcuate has this big arch. So you get this blade, you make the video, they like you. What do they say, man? Hey, we're gonna pay you to like rep our product.
No, what actually happened was they just asked me. He asked me to. He was looking for a face to be the face of Arcuate, and
Okay.
I said no problem, not at all. So what happened was I just started um making content
Okay.
because I talked to him and I talked to him and then I just started building up content. Then he said you can take over the Instagram because I was like I need to promote this stuff. So he gave me his Instagram. So I'm the face of Arcuate Taping Knife. I just make all the content for it.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yes,
And how
indeed.
how long have you been the face of Arcuate?
Started I think it was October
Oh,
25.
what are we, 26? So it's pretty recent.
Yes. And then it took like a couple months. I took over the Instagram. I think it was in December. I really actually started and it was doing well and things. I had put up a couple videos, got like 50,000 views
Okay.
1 month, 100 and something the next month. So by that momentum, we start generating sales and everything too. Here comes January 26th. He promoted me as CEO.
Shut the hell up.
Indeed, indeed. Yes.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
That's
So
pretty cool.
I'm here as CEO trying to bring awareness to everybody about the Arcuate Taping Knife, to let everybody know that the proof is in the knife. It actually works. You just have to practice with it to get good at it. And it's hard to convince professional drywallers because they so used to the flat knife.
Yeah.
Because I did it myself. I
I'm
did
still
it myself,
I'm
so
still
I
trying to
know.
wrap my brain around it. I wish you would have sent me one so that I had like so I could
I,
look
I,
at it.
I need your address. Yes,
Yeah, and then
indeed.
and Kenny too. I think that he would be an
I
interesting
reach out to
person.
him too. Yes, I reach out to him, send him a knife.
Marketing wise, are you now observing maybe new people like myself that are coming into your
Oh, for
sphere
sure.
and being
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, who does the drywall guy know? Oh, he knows like, this dude and this dude and all these people. And which I want for you to do. Like I have people already that I'd be like, oh, you could send out like I know 10 people off the top of my head. Like send them a knife. They're not all gonna like it, but they'll give you honest feedback. Like, and also
Yes.
people that'll tell you like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Here's a good way to market the knife. But I think influencers is a fantastic way. Big Dog would be great. He's out of Canada.
Right.
Um, you know, yeah.
Well, that's how I started out when I first came with Arcuate. Just how I received the knife. So I came into it and I was trying to get it in the hands of other professional drywallers myself.
Okay.
So I did that here in the city a little bit. Excuse me. Then I started contacting drywallers online. It's very hard to get in touch with everybody. The people I did get in touch with, I sent the knife out to a few people. And one person you had on your podcast too was Mudman Dan.
Yeah.
Sent the knife to Mudman Dan. He's a representative of Arcuate too. So
Good.
he made videos too for me. That was perfect.
Did he?
Another person that purchased the knife was the new Phi taper.
The
He
Newfie
purchased a
taper.
knife.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. He purchased it. I chat with him online and stuff. He liking all my videos. So he's a
I
good.
no, don't get offended. I love that Newfie taper, man.
I already know. I seen the podcast. I seen it,
I
man.
love that
He got a look.
guy.
He got a great accent.
Oh my God. He's just a great guy. Like he's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, for sure he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, they're not all bad, man. There's sometimes there's like,
But it was hard for me. It was hard for me to send out all the knives, contacting all the people. I tried to catch up with so many people, but then I just said, you know what? I had to fall back from sending people stuff and just do my content and try to keep bringing awareness. I said those drywallers will contact me when they're ready. Have no problem with sending them knives. People purchasing a knife, not a problem. But I'm here,
okay.
always meeting new people. I love positive people.
Yeah, yeah. What is a good way if somebody is interested in getting a hold of one of these knives and trying it? Do you have like a program where somebody can like try the knife? How are you selling? Are you selling like online right now? Is there a
Yes, online.
website?
Yes, we have a website, how to get the knife. It's
Mm-hmm.
under drywallknife.com.
Shut up. There, drywallknife.com was available.
Indeed. Arcuate Taping Knife has drywallknife.com.
That's beautiful, man.
That's the best.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
So yeah, I need to check that out for sure
And what
too.
I'm working on right this moment is the instructions of how to use the knife. Because what I want to do when
Yeah.
someone purchase it, I want to start putting it inside the package with them to give them instructions of how to use it. Then I'm gonna create a videos to it and everything too. And
Hmm.
all of this stuff is in momentum. Is coming about very
It's a
very soon.
it's a bitch. Like there's a lot.
Yes, it is. It's one day at a time, man. We still tackling every day.
Yeah, good for you. But it's cool though. It gives you something. I mean, marketing a product is it's rewarding, it's hard, it's challenging. You get to meet people. You get to come up against yourself all the time. I think one of the hardest, best aspects of being a entrepreneur and business owner, especially a product owner in the drywall space, constantly coming up against my own inadequacies, the stuff that I have to push through, stuff that I have to
Right.
overcome. It's great. I mean, it's
Right.
hard,
It's the
but
process.
yeah, I
I'm
can't imagine doing
embracing the
anything else.
process. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
a lot.
Okay, what's the best aspect that you felt has come about since you've become CEO of Arcuate?
Trying to be consistent, disciplined.
Hmm.
It's more or less because I have my own business. I got to go to work,
Yeah.
get off. I have a family. Then I have time to try to squeeze whatever I need to do with Arcuate in there. Once the kids
Hmm.
go to sleep, I take care of my mother every night. So I have a
Hmm.
full schedule of a whole bunch of stuff. But the little bit of time I do have, I got to squeeze everything in there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but it's more or less just going through the process and embracing it because I will see the other side of the tunnel, make
Yeah.
it to the top of the hill, but it's just the process what I'm embracing right now, though,
I once
and it's
heard
just work.
like different slogans or philosophies on life, but like if you've found sort of your thing, like if you're on the path, like
Oh yeah,
you're
yeah.
already successful. If you're
Oh, for
passionate,
sure. Yeah.
if you're passionate about something,
It's
you found
not
your path.
about the money. That's
No.
how I look at it. It's not about the money. I'm here to serve people, but because I am the money. That's how I look at it. I am the money.
I like that.
I am the money. It's coming. It's just that I gotta serve more people. It'll come. It's the story
Yeah.
of Jesus, just what Jesus did. He
Yeah.
didn't want no money, but if he did, he had been a millionaire. He'd have been the richest person. But it's not about that. It's about serving people.
Uh,
And it
yeah.
took me a while to get in my mindset of that because everybody just trying to do things for money.
Some people, not everybody. Yeah. But yeah, some
Majority of
people.
people, yeah, yeah. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Some
I
people.
think
It's
that's
not
very
about that.
wise though. If you're looking at it like from a standpoint of I'm just playing this game. I'm playing the game for the sake of the game because I love the
Right,
game.
right, right.
That's
Precisely.
a different attitude than I'm playing to win.
Right, right. I'm just serving people. That's how I look at it. Just here to
Love
serve
it.
people, help people.
Love it. It's a brand new world on the Drywall
Exactly.
Podcast.
Exactly. There it is. That's I
Oh
love
my
that.
God, Rich Allen. And another thing that I ask, social media platforms. So we people can go and check out the Arcuate knife on drywallknife.com. But social, obviously, you're on Instagram. What other social media platforms are you
Instagram
on?
and Facebook for right now.
Okay,
We've
no
started up a
TikTok.
no TikTok. Now we're
Okay.
arguing. It's one there, but it was there previously before me. I'm not I don't control it. I'm not There's nothing on there, I don't think. I don't know.
Get on TikTok because you could pretty easily set up a store that's attached to your existing since
Right.
there's only a couple products, it would be pretty easy to put that product up on TikTok and then have that product below where as you're doing an explanation video, people can click on
Oh,
that.
okay.
They can
Right.
just click on the link and buy a knife, you know. Just
Right
get on
now,
there
just
and cons
Instagram and Facebook. Arcuate Taping Knife.
okay.
Arcuate Knife. Yes.
That's your handle. A handle is ARCH. Sorry, it's ARCU
Arcuate. Arcuate.
taping knife,
Yep. Taping Knife.
and that's also on Facebook.
Yes.
Um, Pearl of Wisdom. I ask everyone that comes on the show for a pearl of wisdom that you could bestow on the drywall community or humanity. What would you say?
I would say thank and praise God daily for everything that happens to a person, to you. Always praise him. You can trip and don't fall. I'll say thank God for that. Even if you tripped and you fell, you thank God for that. No matter what happens to a person, you always praise and thank God, period. Because it always can be worse.
Hmm.
I look at it like God is the one watching over watching over us, guiding us. But not too many people, not all of us is thanking him for the small things that didn't or did happen to us. So,
Gratitude.
it's, yes, yes, indeed, man. That is exactly it. That's
Now,
more than just believe in God.
this Miguel character, is he a religious person? Because I take you as like a religious person. Is Miguel a religious person too?
Yes, he is.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Well, that works then, I guess.
Works perfect. He's so happy to find me, and I'm so happy to
Yeah.
found him.
That's awesome,
Heavily sent. It
man.
just took a while for me to get to him, to find
Uh,
me. I said, once we met, man, we just went together like boom. I've been looking for him. He been looking for me. And
that's
it goes
cool.
right together with my training. I was already getting my training together, and here he comes with a knife. So now when I have my training, the knife, I'm going to train all my apprentices with the Arcuate knife so they will all come up using the knife instead of a flat knife. So I'm trying to develop a new generation of Arcuate drywallers.
Yeah, smart. Smart. Targeting the newbies coming up in the trade, man.
Exactly. All the
Yeah.
beginners that wants to learn drywall.
I
Yes.
love it. I love it. Well, when I talked to you on the phone, maybe reached out, maybe there was like a little bit of resistance there, which is kind of smart. You never know. You never know what's coming at you in this industry. It's vast and it's all these different personalities, and some people are safe, some people, you just never know. But it's been an absolute pleasure, like getting to know you, sir. Just like
Been a pleasure being here. Yes, same with you. Yes, it's a
yeah,
pleasure meeting you too.
yeah. And before you poo-poo on the Arcuate knife, you got to give it a try. I would like to have one for sure. I would like to check it out. And I'll definitely, check it out, make a video, and be like, "Oh, this is
Right,
interesting."
right.
Because I'm sure with this particular knife, you have to see it. Like
Yes.
you have to try it.
You
To
have to mess with. That's the key to it, though.
yeah,
You have in your hand. Once you start using it, you have to keep using it to practice with it because you get the concept of it, but you're so used to going back to your old knife, you're gonna throw it in a bucket and grab your other
yeah,
knife.
yeah.
It's gonna be so easy because I know I did that for me,
You
and I
did it.
said, I'm not even taking them other knives in there. I'm taking just the Arcuates. And then
Yeah.
once I did that, I can't take it out my hand.
It shifted. It shifted for you. You like
Exactly.
using the Arcuate, and and it works better for you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, yes. It works just
Fascinating.
as the flat knife does. But it's hard getting everybody to understand that. So I'm just steady trying to bring awareness to everybody about it.
Love it. Love it.
Yes, indeed.
Rich Allen out of Toledo, Ohio. The Drywall Extraordinaire, aka it's a brand new world.
It's a brand new world around here.
Pleasure to have you on, and CEO of Arcua, dude. You've got quite some accolades accumulating here for you, sir. I see you doing great things. You're doing great things already, man. And thanks for being on the
Yes,
Drywall podcast today. I
thank you
appreciate your
for
time.
having me, man. It's a great
hmm
pleasure, man. It's a great pleasure. Hope to be on there once again.
Yeah, especially with product people, it's really cool to catch up,
Yeah, yes.
with people that are coming out with products and experience. I just had Morph, the dude that makes a Morph Sanders,
Yes.
on. He's been on twice now. That guy is
I seen that.
crushing it. So
Yes, I
good,
seen
man.
that. Yes, yes.
So he's coming on. He'll be, his show will be dropping, and it's just amazing. Like he's an amazing marketer. We all have something to teach. So yeah, yeah, I
It's just the
appreciate.
beginning.
Yeah,
Yes.
appreciate you bringing your wisdom to the Drywall podcast today, man. I hope you have
Thank
a
you for
great
having me.
rest of your day.
You do the same, man. Thank you, Nick, man. It was a great pleasure.
All right, sir. Peace.
All right.
Huge shout out to Rich for being with us on the Drywall podcast today. I'm very excited to see where the Arcuate knife is going to take you on your journey. And the trainings are very exciting to me as well. Thank you so much, sir. Let's keep in touch. We will have you back on the show and see how you're doing very soon. And I'd also like to give a huge shout out to Panel Ray for sponsoring the Drywall podcast in the months of April and May. Panel Ray will be hosting our booth with GWI and Fresco Harmony June 3rd and 4th in Bolton at the Trade Decorator live show at the Wanderers football stadium. That's soccer for all you U.S. people. Northwest in Bolton. Also, there's a rumor that I will be hosting a 2-hour demonstration at the show. We'll be giving out some Fresco Harmony product and having a lot of fun at the very least. Also, be sure to catch my episode with regional sales manager of Panel Ray, Oscar Acosta, a little ways back on episode 146. That is a good episode, and he's a great guy. Curious about coming on the Drywall podcast and telling your story? I would love to hear it, and our audience would love to hear it as well. You can email me info@frescoharmony.com or give me a phone call, 505-400-9313. Maybe you'd like to sponsor a month of the Drywall podcast. I'd love to hear from you in that regard as well. You have a lot of choices when you head over to the radio to listen to something, and today you chose the Drywall podcast, and I appreciate you for that. It's because of sponsors like Panel Ray and listeners like you that I keep bringing you shows like the one you just heard. I hope you all have a fantastic week or weekend, whatever you're heading into. And remember,